So we often get calls from human resources, personnel type people or owners of companies who have received complaints from their staff, from their employees that certain individuals engaging in harassing behavior. The term harassment is very general, it's broad, and it can encompass any number of actions. What we need to do is determine what the form of harassment is and why it's happening. Sometimes employees feel that they're being quote-unquote harassed because they're receiving a poor performance review. Sometimes they feel like they're being harassed because their supervisor is simply making a change in the way that the job duties are being carried out. Sometimes they feel like they're being harassed because suddenly the employer is enforcing things like taking a specific lunch hour or not coming in late, whereas before maybe there was a little bit of flexibility or discretion. So what needs to be evaluated in these situations is whether the harassment is being engaged in for an unlawful reason, and there obviously the employer is going to have an obligation under the law to investigate those claims as well as to take remedial action to stop whatever that unlawful harassment is, or whether the harassment is more along the lines of an employee complaining simply because they're having a problem on the job, they're not doing their job effectively and efficiently, and as a result of that, they feel like they're being harassed when they're called out for their mistakes. If there is a claim of unlawful harassment, you absolutely should contact an attorney because there are certain obligations employers have under the law to make sure that that harassment stops. It doesn't necessarily require a termination of the alleged harasser, but in some circumstances it may, and a lot of that depends on the particular facts and circumstances of the complaint itself, as well as whether there have been other complaints against this particular harasser or even other complaints against the company as a whole. So the whole situation needs to be evaluated and analyzed from a global perspective so that we can give you the appropriate advice on how you have to deal with that going forward.